Hey everybody, welcome back. We have spent the last day or so taking a look at what it means to be an American here in 2020 and looking at some different perspectives from today and from our classmates. Now we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to start to take a look at what did our founding fathers, those leaders at the beginning of our nation, what did they want for this country? What do they think this should be all about? So to get us going, we're going to put us in the frame of mind of independence and start with this video. There we go.
The American Revolution, that period of time when we became a country, but you're a little fuzzy on the details. What do we know for certain? We became a country and became independent in July of 1776. And because of that, you all get a day off to eat hamburgers and watch fireworks. Hooray! Most people don't stop to ask why the founders decided to declare independence from a powerful empire, considering the big risks associated with that action. In the next few videos, I'll try and give you a sense of why the founders thought they should do this. My name's Sarah Burns, and I'm a professor of political science. I study the American Constitution as well as the ideological origins of the Revolution. I've always found this period so interesting because it's a group of people coming together and creating a country. To quote Hamilton, they decided to create a country for reflection and choice rather than accident and force. Just like that. Moreover, they actually managed to create a dialogue amongst a diverse group of people under incredibly stressful circumstances. So what were the stressors? First, they were trying to create a democracy over a large area. States of that size at the time were always run by monarchs. No one really thought that you could have a democracy over a country this size. Second, they were going up against the British military, which was a formidable fighting force, and we were not a formidable fighting force. What we see in the Revolution, therefore, is a powerful testament to what people can achieve if they devote themselves to an important cause and work together. So, without further ado, in the following videos, we'll look at the lead-up to the American Revolution.
All right, that's all we need to know for that. So today we're taking a look at what did our founding fathers think it meant to be an American. And that video just puts us in a frame of mind about this time period. You guys have learned about the Revolution in other classes in other years in the past. I'm guessing you know some basic details. We're going to dive into the causes and the effects of the war itself in one of our later themes later this year. But for today, we're looking at the leaders themselves. When they came together, when they decided on reflection and choice to create this country, what do they want? Each one of these men came from different backgrounds, different families, different economic statuses, different everything. And so despite their differences, they're able to come together and they are able to make something together and talk through those differences. And they didn't always agree. So what you're going to do here today is you are going to learn deeper information about one of these guys. Now, you can look, there's over 50 men that we could look at that were really intricate leaders from their colonies during this time period, right? But I've chosen 5, and I would even argue maybe these 5 even aren't the ones, other people could argue. But the 5 that we are going to look at are George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin. So probably some of the most famous of these founding fathers. So what you are going to do moving forward is you're going to look through those and you are going to pick one that you are going to look at further. So I'm going to break this up a little bit and we're just going to go by last name, right? And if your last name is A, B, or C, right, you're going to take this first guy, George Washington, right? If your last name is D, F, D, E, right, you're going to take D or E last name, Alexander Hamilton, right? If you've got, this is harder than I thought, F, G, Jefferson, H, I, John Adams, any K's will get a Ben Franklin, right? So hopefully that worked out. I really just did that on the cuff, so hopefully it worked. All right. So once you have your founding father then, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the slide of that person and you're going to watch the biography and you're going to take a moment and understand this guy, his life, this is basic biographical stuff, right? And try to get an understanding of who he was, right? Some of these people maybe some of these people you don't know anything about. All right. After that, Then you're going to look at the quotes. So every page has 3 or 4 quotes. And with these quotes, you're going to get a sense of what was this man thinking at the time that America was becoming a nation. Some of these words are going to be difficult, right? We're going to read a lot of primary sources in this class, but this is kind of our first go at it. And so I want you to take your time. I want you to look up any words you need to look up. There are times where we have to look up the vocabulary, but you want to get a good understanding of what this guy is saying about America. So that's number 2. Then, number 3, you're going to take the biography and you're going to take those summaries of the quotes and you're going to create a picture of who this guy was and what he wanted for America through an infographic. All right, so I'm going to go to the last page here, and this is where your directions are for the assignment piece of this. Right? So after you've watched the biography and analyzed the quotes on your assigned founding father, you're going to be using the information learned to create an infographic to organize and share what you have learned. And we're going to use a website called PictoChart, and it's linked right here. So you're going to have to go into, you're probably going to have to go into the slideshow or go into the actual assignment in Schoology and get that link. We could also probably type in PictoChart and get it, right? But anyway, so then in your infographic, these are the things you're going to include, right? So you're going to summarize, basic biographical stuff. How did this man, contribute to America, the founding? What was their role? Right? And then any controversy that comes up. So anything maybe that doesn't fit with the traditional idea of an American founder, right? So see if there's any kind of controversial pieces of this guy's legacy that you find out about. And so those 2 things in the biography part, right? Then you're going to pick 2 of those quotes, right? And you're going to specifically summarize 2 of those quotes, answering this question, right? Based on this quote, what did this founding father mean it means to be an American? So these 3 things: biography, right? Explaining specifically 2 quotes in your own words, and based on that, answering this question: what does your founding father believe it meant to be an American in early America? So let's take a look at PictoChart here. And you might have to log in. I think you can just use your school login. I'm doing this live with you. We'll see how it goes. All right. All right. Perfect. So in PictoChart, if you've never used this, these are basically templates for posters. And there's all sorts of things you can do: posters, flyers. They even have infographics. I felt like even just a poster maybe was the good way to go. But you can use any of these, right? And then you find one that works for you for what you're doing. So I don't know. I'm going to pick this one just for fun. And then it's going to pop up, and it's going to be completely editable for you. So you can delete what they have. You can add in your own stuff. You can keep the text boxes. You can move the text boxes. So maybe I'm going to do John Adams here. He's going to be my man. So there's John Adams right at the top, right? And I can manipulate this. I can move these around to create your own. So you can change it as much as you want. You can keep it the same as much as you want. When you are done, you can preview it, and then you're going to download it, right? So just the PNG file, normal, right? You're going to download that to your computer, and it'll go into your downloads down here, right? There she is. And then when you go into Schoology, when it's all done, right, you're going to go into the Turn-In folder right here. Here's, I got PictoChart right here, and you are going to have a Submit button. So you're going to take that download and you're going to submit it right here. All right? So that's what we're doing today. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm available throughout the school day here, so just go ahead and send me an email if anything is confusing along the way. And then tomorrow, when you get back, we'll take a look at what you made. All right, so we'll go back through that stuff. We'll reflect on it a little bit before we move on to the next piece. Thanks, guys. Hope everything is going well. And again, at any time, let me know if you have any questions.